You don't fit. 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 Moira. Moira. What are you doing? You don't fit. I need to get ready. You don't fit, dog. So hello. Hi. Just going to get ready today for, it's my day off. I filmed this previously when I was right before work, and it was just honestly a mess. Like, I was just really hurrying, and I felt like I wanted to talk a little bit more about my issue with picking skin. So the dermatillomania, I think that's how you say it, dermatillomania. Just wanted to get ready with me and kind of like show you how I cover up my pigmentation, discoloration, and like scars from all the picking I do. I do get the occasional period under the skin pimple, like once or twice. Like right now I'm on my period, TMI, and I have one right here and one over here. I have some, I'm testing out the CosRX pimple patches because I don't know how I feel about them, but I'm just trying them out because I'm trying to, honestly, if I don't see it or feel it, maybe I won't pick my skin. Because these right now, they're literally right here. These hurt right now. So trying not to pick those because they're under the skin. I know there's no way I'm going to get them, but I will still pick my skin. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I have an issue, and I'm trying to recover and not pick at my skin so much. And I'll talk about that a little bit more as I keep doing the makeup, but it's been a real issue and I'm just trying to deal with it, and this is how I do my makeup to combat it, so people think I have somewhat normal skin. But let me show you my skin right now. You can see here lots of discoloration. This is all from me picking. I have a pimple patch right here underneath pimple right there, another underneath pimple right there, and lots of discoloration. This one right here, I just remember going in on it. I probably had this under the skin pimple, probably came up. I remember because I went to New York. So that one specifically, I remember having it, like it came out, I think like early October, no joke. And I picked it so much all through October. Like, it would come up, I'd go in again, come up, I'd go in again, and then the scab would form, I'd pick the scab. I picked this scab so much. So it's not so much I pick also like the actual like pus. I also pick off scabs or any like texture that I feel. I will just kind of go in. It makes me really anxious and I can't control it, and I will just keep picking on my skin. Like I kind of tell people I have this issue. But I did want to talk about this because maybe I can talk to other people that also have this issue of, like, I can't describe like how anxious it makes me feel when I feel like texture on my skin or something. And sometimes I'll even do it when there's nothing there. It's usually when I'm very anxious and like going through stress where I find myself doing it the most. I do it on my arms too. Let me see. I'm wearing a long sleeve. I should have shown a long sleeve. Maybe I'll insert a clip of like all the little pigmentation I have on my scab. TMI. Sometimes I'll get some like blackheads or whiteheads or little like whiteheads from like rubbing on my butt. I will pick those too. So I have pigmentation on my butt too, on my body, and that's so much harder to get rid of. Like so much harder to get rid of. I have done it in the past where I do get rid of the pigmentation from my body. I'm just getting hand sanitizer. And I have gotten rid of pigmentation on my body, like on my butt, from me picking. I know what ingredients kind of work for my skin to get all the pigment off, because believe me, this is like not that bad. There's been over the years, like I've had this issue since being a freaking teenager. I would pick my skin as a teenager. I don't know if these work. Let me take off these filler patches. No idea if these actually work, but I have no idea. We'll see. I'm testing him out. My dog. So, like I said, I've been doing this since I've been a teenager, and when I was a teenager, I didn't really get acne, which I guess some sunscreen. I already did my skincare, just to let you guys know. So I already did my skincare. I went out to do some like errands, clean my car, and I already wear sunscreen, but I think it's been more than 2 hours. I know they recommend you reapply sunscreen. So it's like, what time is it right now? It's like 3 p.m. So I won't have to reapply because I'm pretty sure it'll be dark by then. Like there'll be no sun, so I'll be fine. So I'm just gonna reapply my sunscreen because that's key. Really focus it more on my pigmentation, which is my cheeks and like down here, forehead. I put very little on my nose. I don't really have that much pigment on my nose, and honestly I feel like sunscreen just clogs my pores on my nose, and I don't really like that look, and then my skin gets oily. So I kind of really massage it in. Get some right here for those future wrinkles. My dog is so annoying. And this sunscreen's pretty good. Supposedly doesn't cause breakouts, but I really don't know. So I'm using this little concealer. I like to spread it out on my hand like so then I don't apply a glob on my face. So I do a 2-step process of color correcting. So I get it all over the like darker, like purplish brown spots of my skin. Put that on. I have like a little right here. So this is my 2-step process of color correcting. I always get pigment down here too, which this part I just have not, the crease, I just have not been able to figure out how to reverse that yet. Pigment. And then I just get this little fluffy brush and just like blend it all out. This concealer is pretty good for my bags. I have some darker. For some reason, my dark circles just don't bother me that much. Like I know other people are like, oh, I think it's because I have so much other skin issues that I'm just like, honestly, like these darker eye circles, I could care less. Like when you have so many other skin issues or stuff going on, you end up kind of just being like, oh, well, I'm just trying to focus on this one thing, so why am I gonna focus on everything else? So, like, I have stretch marks, but like, I don't know, stretch marks don't really bother me. The thing that bothers me the most is honestly the pigmentation and like major discoloration I have on my face. I could care less about my stretch marks. I've shown them and I'm just like, whatever, everyone gets stretch marks. But I think because I don't know why I'm so insecure about this. I think it's because it's like a real issue where I'm kind of like, I'm gonna use this. I'm kind of like self-inflicting this like micro injuries on myself. Like, I don't know, I haven't looked that deep into it, but like I'm literally causing it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I get even more upset and more insecure about it, because yes, I have these little tiny breakouts, and honestly, when I see people with tiny little breakouts, I'm never like, oh my god, they have a pimple. Like, it doesn't bother me. But because like I caused all these like scars on myself because I picked them so extensively, it makes me really insecure knowing that like I caused it. I don't know if like anyone understands that. Like, I'm kind of like embarrassed to be like, hey, like I did this to myself. So I don't know if other people who really pick their skin feel the same way, like kind of like ashamed and embarrassed afterwards after I do it. And I've really gone in. I'm gonna be honest. It's not easy, but for some reason, I don't know, and I don't even know like what like has made me just be like, I don't really want to pick my skin anymore, because I've been doing this since I was like 12 years old, like no joke, like picking my skin. And I've always had pigmentation issues because I just naturally scar because of my ethnicity. So I've always dealt with it, and it's so like common to my life that like it's so common, and now I'm just like, I'm kind of like, why am I doing this? But yeah, I've been honestly doing good and not picking my skin. It's the dumbest thing, but I really don't know why, like what switched. I'm kind of just like over, I would spend like an hour or so just like trying to extract every single pore, getting anything like texture on my skin, anything that I felt. I'm just like, no, it has to feel smooth, and I would get anxious. I would literally spend like an hour, at least like an hour, at least 5 times a week, just like going in on my skin. And I don't know why. I'm just like, I could be doing other things with that time. I guess that's the biggest thing. I'm like just like wasting time and then making everything worse for myself. So I don't know. Honestly, right now it's been good. I really want to pick this one and this one because these hurt. But I'm trying out those pimple patches and hoping that those will help. But yeah, I've been just trying to get on this like skin journey of not perfecting, but just like on a skin journey to not pick my skin anymore and kind of just use products that are going to help me like reverse my hyperpigmentation. After I've done that, as you can see, a lot of the pigment is already kind of down. Pretty much went down. With the color correcting, I pretty much think that this cancels out all the purple tones, and then this becomes like an orange base, and then green kind of cancels out all the orange tones. And then I don't do that much green, just like on the pimples and stuff like that. Oh, this hurts. I really want to pick. Anyways, and this is a foundation I use. I'm using the Soap and Glory. Really like the CYO, as everyone knows. It's extinct. And I like to just dab it on because I feel like this is how I get the most coverage. So just dab it on. And then I will go in with my, I think it's my e.l.f. foundation brush to blend everything out. And then I finish it off with a beauty blender too. Big blush person. If you're not a blush person, then don't do this step. And I use a stipple brush and just dip in and just kind of blend it in. I don't set my foundation right away, and my reasoning is because I feel like it ends up looking more natural when you put the blush straight on in the day. So this is kind of like my daytime, not when I go out at night, makeup routine, because I recently have done a lot of research where yes, you might be using all these products to help your hyperpigmentation, but at the end of the day, if you're not using SPF, then you're just gonna make it worse at the end of the day. So I like to just blend everything out, and I use this Physicians Formula. Has a little bit of SPF, and it's all overall like a pretty good powder because it doesn't look too powdery. That's what I like it. And I kind of just blend everything in with the blush. And then under my eyes, I kind of pat right before I'm going to apply so I don't get the creasing. And kind of just layer that on. At nighttime, I will do a powder that's lighter so I can highlight. But during the day, not really. So then I set my eyeshadow, my eyes. And I kind of blend everything in with this powder. I really like the finish of this powder, but I would really only recommend it during the day because it has SPF. So this is what it looks all blended. You see the blush isn't as intense. And then, since I told you I'm a big blush person, I really like this palette by e.l.f. And I like these two colors look really good. And I like to just kind of add a little bit more. I don't know why, but I do. I just add a little bit more. That's almost all of how I do my foundation to cover up. So people are gonna think this is dumb and whatever. But I like to do it, so I'm gonna show you. I get a brush that's very like pointy and little, and I get a brown gel liner, and mine's from ColourPop. It's really messy. I don't want to show you because whatever. And then I just get like a little bit on there. And I will go in on the spots where I have more of the darker pigment and kind of make my own beauty marks. And also sometimes on the pimples too, because it just looks like it's a mole instead of a pimple. Because beauty marks are beautiful, but pimples are not acceptable. This is also, I think, a really cool hack when you have like those dry dry patches from like maybe a pimples healing, or like you picked out your skin. So honestly, this is a really good hack for people who do pick their skin and they're trying to not pick their scab, because scabs always look really weird when they have foundation on top of it and powder. It just looks even more obvious. But for some reason, when it's like made into a beauty mark, it's not as, I don't know, as like I don't know. And I also like this because I feel like it makes your skin look more realistic, like you don't have that much makeup on. Even though I have so much makeup on, because it's like, oh, their beauty marks are showing through. They must not be wearing so much makeup. It's all an illusion. Just go over everything with a little bit more powder to kind of disguise, so it doesn't look like makeup on my skin. To disguise everything that I did. And then, just like a little bit, I go in with highlighter. I feel like everyone should use highlighter. Obviously, just don't use highlighter where you have a lot of texture. So I love my Cupid's bow. I like just making that even more extra. And then right here, I usually don't get acne here. I usually get it like here. There's my dog snoring. And then a little bit underneath the eyebrow. A little bit here. And then here. And here. And then here. I just love highlighter. I use the You Glow Girl by JCat. And then I do a little dot right here. And then down my bridge. And then I finish everything off with setting spray. I love setting spray. My favorite setting spray is a Morphe continuous setting spray, but I'm out right now. I need to go to Ulta. So I'm using the NYX. And I'm probably gonna go today to go buy some more because I need some. So using the NYX. Honestly, I use foundation, I use powder, so like I really need setting spray to just make everything not look so cakey. And I'm not a fan of foundation lips, so I'll literally wet my lips and get rid of all the foundation. I don't like that look. Some people do. Not a fan. I just feel like I look dead. I know I'm wearing this Hellraiser shirt and I like gothy things, but I like my skin to look kind of like glowy and like I look young and, you know, like I'm just like ready to live life. Not like, oh man, she's been through some shit. Even though I've been through some shit. Do you gotta know that? You don't know me, you know? I don't know. Then I use a gloss, the ColourPop brow boss gel. And then I just kind of fluff them up. This was just kind of me opening up about my dermatillomania and my skin picking disorder, but I could probably go more in depth of how it all started, specific times where it got really bad, where I've had my boyfriend and my mom be like, what are you doing? I'm like, why are you destroying your skin? I can talk about that a little bit more in depth. Maybe I will one day, but this was just kind of like, hey, I have a skin picking disorder and that's why I have a lot of pigmentation and this is what I do to correct it. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I will show you what my skin looks like afterwards.